In 750 AD, Claudio Ptolemy, a Greek astronomer, decided to tackle the problem about the movement of the stars and the planets around the planet Earth. So he decided to put Earth at the center of the universe and make everything go around it. This was the first time this was really attempted at a mathematical level. But he had a few problems. He couldn't understand why sometimes planets go back and forth. So what he did is that he added epicycles. Epicycles are orbits inside orbits. And the more epicycles he added, the more complex it got, but it also seemed to work. And it worked so well that they left it alone for over 1,000 years. It was only in the 1500s that Nikolai Copernicus, Polish astronomer and mathematician, came up with the truest model that actually solved the problem, putting the sun at the center of the movement of the planets, and thus resolving everything with much simpler and much easier way to understand what we now call the solar system. Now, why am I telling you all this? Well, because digital extremes seems to be more like Ptolemy in regards to Railjack trying to put it at the center of Warframe instead of putting Warframes at the center of Warframe. Just like Ptolemy, they keep adding systems inside systems to try and make it work, and all it gets is more complex and confusing. And you know what the funny part is? Ptolemy actually knew that his model was flawed. He had done several mathematical calculations that actually put the center of the solar system slightly left or right of Earth. But still, he was so determined to go ahead with it that he just leave it as it is. Much like digital extremes. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Leonardo G, this time with another Warframe video. Yes, it's been a while since I Warframe video, so here it is. This is going to be a rather short video because this is about Railjack, and you all know how I feel about Railjack. I've been doing the new missions, to win the pieces for Sefcot, which I have already in the Forge. I'm still getting in the other pieces for Epitaph in the Nautilus, but I'll get to it later. I do think that it has improved, especially in the missions type. We get new components and weapons. I haven't really gotten around to try them out. I've heard they're pretty good, but it's still Railjack. We now get the Plexus. The Plexus is like the mod system equal to the Warframe, and I believe this is the thing that when you start Railjack missions in squads, this gets transferred to the host. I think it is a simpler system and it works, but I wasn't against the previous one where the UI was specially tied to it. Now, speaking about the missions are now divided in two parts, unless there are skirmish, the old skirmish from Railjack, where there's essentially the extermination mission, you have to blow up a bunch of ships. Now they have two parts. The first part is set in space. It's usually, taking care of a command ship or hack another ship that's running around, or you have to go somewhere, uncode or kill somebody to get the code to then enter the big ship, and on the big ship then you have the proper mission. So up till now I've done extermination, Orphix, defense, and volatile. Now the only one where you really need the Railjack to complete it is volatile. It's the only one that's actually tailored to Railjack missions. It's kind of complicated to do it alone, to be honest. It's a lot of points that you have to defend, and also there's a lot of enemies that come to try and tackle it. The heat bar that you need to manage gets progressively smaller, and so it's progressively difficult to get it right. At low levels, maybe not as much, but at high levels it can be problematic. So with squads, it's a lot simpler and a lot better, but it does require a little bit of coordination, which I like. But just in case you're trying to do it solo or want to do it solo, there's the heads up. Now, do I like this new Railjack? No, absolutely not. No, I do not like it. It's shorter, which means you can travel faster between points. You still travel not to the exact point that you need, like a forge or the slingshot or the pilot seat. You don't get exactly there. You get close to it and then you have to walk a little bit, and if you have to rotate the camera, it can be problematic if you're having a hectic combat. Also, I still prefer the Archwing. I much prefer the Archwing to the Railjack, and I'll tell you why. The Archwing doesn't catch fire, it doesn't get boarded, it doesn't get hull breach, and it doesn't run out of ammo. And on top of it, you got 6 of them. 6 lives, 6 Archwings. If your Railjack blows up, that's it. That's mission failed. That's it. You just lose the entire mission. And I'm like, I don't like this. I really don't. Honestly, I just park the Railjack. Whenever I'm doing these types of missions, I just park the Railjack at the beginning of the mission somewhere safe. I even have it cloaked sometimes, or I have the cloak in on tactical menu if I need it. And I just do everything else with the Archwing. I have a lot more fun. It's a lot more maneuverable. I can see everything. I cannot reach targets fast enough like the Railjack, but I have a lot of fun doing it. The only problem is that Archwing's abilities are not as strong as the ones of Railjack. So when you want to, destroy a lot of enemies, a lot of ships, the Railjack is still, of course, more powerful. But you can make the Archwing do practically everything that you do with the Railjack, which is mainly going from A to B. That's it. Maybe more from A to B. Maybe blowing up a command ship, you can't do it from the outside. You have to go inside, but you can still do it. So to me, the best part of Railjack is still the slingshot. When I get up in my Archwing and I just zoom out of there, I much prefer that than actually the Railjack. The Railjack feels heavy, feels clunky. It has all this system that you have to manage, the tactical menu, the hull breaches, the people getting boarded. I mean, it's to me, it's like a big school bus, big smelly old school bus that you have to drive around from A to B. I don't like it. I want to get in my sports car, my Archwing or something similar like Archwing, which is a lot smaller, and I just want to do the missions. That's it. In my opinion, they could replace Archwing nodes with Railjack nodes. Maybe at the just at the nodes, or maybe at the junctions. I've been saying this since, I don't know, probably day one. Just put a few missions with Railjack, just a few nodes with Railjack, and it'll be fine. You can either use the Railjack or the Archwing or a combination of the two, but don't put an entire game mode on Railjack. I mean, to me, that makes no sense. It's not fun. It's not easy to coordinate. It's not easy to use. It's just that's it. I'm not gonna end the video here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And as always, have a great game, guys.